Hello children, today we shall study about real numbers. I am sure you are staying indoors and safe and have been enjoying your holidays along with doing the assignments and going to the resources that were earlier shared with you. So today I'm doing a recap session of the topic real numbers and taking you through to the Euclid division lemma and algorithm. Now it was already shared with you through the modules that the meaning of lemma and an algorithm. Basically the formula for both, as you are already aware, is same, but we have given it a different name. When we use the formula or the statement to prove another statement, we call it lemma, and when we use it to find the HCF of a few given numbers, we call it algorithm. Now let's get to Euclid division lemma. Now the statement for Euclid division lemma is A is equal to BQ plus R. So A is the dividend, B is the divisor, Q is the quotient and R is the remainder, and the criteria is that the remainder can be 0 but it has to be less than the divisor. Divisor is B in this case. So I'm doing a recap of the questions that I had given you earlier to solve. So there's this question that Euclid division lemma, we have to use it to show that any positive, now just remember we are talking about positive integer, is of the form 4q, 4q plus 1, 4q plus 2 or 4q plus 3 where q is some integer. Now here the value of q will be positive because we're going to prove positive integers. Now we all know integers can be negative as well as positive and 0, but here we are only taking positive integers. So this is, this screen we do not need to make this table or a chart. We will go straight to the solution, but this table I have prepared just to explain the concept to you, that there are 4 terms in this, and it will make it more clear to you that there are 4 terms: 4q, 4q plus 1, 4q plus 2 and 4q plus 3, and every time the divisor is 4 and the quotient is q, but the remainder varies. Now the remainder will be less than b, and our b in this case is 4, so it can start from 0 and then 1 or 2 or 3. So we have these 4 cases and we will be proving for the 4 cases one by one. Now let a be any positive integer. On dividing a by 4 we get q as the quotient. So now we'll put the values of r as shown. So with this arrows I've shown that a is equal to 4q. Now when we add 4q plus 0, it becomes 4q. Now any value of q that we take, now remember we have to take a positive integer. So positive integers could start from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So let's take the number 1. So 4 into 1 is 4. So 4 plus 1 is 5. 4 plus 1 is 4 plus 2 is 6 and 4 plus 3 is 7. So we get all positive integers. Yes? So any positive integer is of the form 4q, 4q plus 1, 4q plus 2 or 4q plus 3. Now show that any positive even integer is in the form of 6q, 6q plus 2 or 6q plus 4, and that any positive odd integer is in the form 6q plus 1 or 6q plus 3 or 6q plus 5 where q is some integer. Now we need to see here what are we doing. We are going to prove even integer or odd integer. So we've segregated it into 2 parts. Now we know even number into any number is an even number, and any number into even number plus odd number is an odd number. So even number, let's take any even number, say 8 into 6 8 6 are 48, which is also an even number. We take 2 into 5. 5 is an odd number, so 2 into 5 is 10, which is an even number. Now whenever we add 10 plus 1, it becomes 11. 48 plus 3 is 51, so we get an odd number. So these are the thumb rules we're going to use, and we have 6 cases here, which is 6 solve this particular theorem. Okay, so we've made a chart here. Now the possible values for the remainder will be less than 6, that is we start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Now A is 6q for positive integers. Even integers will only through our thumb rules will only have 6q is a positive even integer, 6q plus 2 is a positive integer, 6q plus 4 is a positive even integer. So we have divided positive even integers and positive odd integers in a tabular form. So 6q plus 1, like I explained you, will also be an odd integer. 6q plus 3, 6q plus 5 will be an odd integer. So whenever the remainder is 0, it becomes 6q plus 0 is 6q, remainder is 2, 6q plus 2. So that is how we do it, and we see that every positive integer, even integer, is of the form 6q, 6q plus 2, 6q plus 4, and odd integer is of the form 6q plus 1, 6q plus 3, 6q plus 5. Now let's go to the next step and complicate it a bit further. Show that the square of any positive integer is either of the form 4m or 4m plus 1 for some integer m. Now here it's taken square. We've also done for cubes. We'll be using the formula in square also. We will be using the formula a plus b whole square. Okay, where b will be your in this case b will be your remainder. So let's not get confused. Let's start with a is equal to bq plus r. So we'll be taking the whole square of bq plus r, but in this case the value of b is 4. Now if we take the square of 4, we get a big number. 4 4s are 16, and if we take 4, we need cases like 0, 1, 2 and 3, and the values will be too big. So we can have the square of, now if we take the under root of 4, what is the value? 2. So if we take 2 square, the value becomes 4. So we can take a is equal to 2q plus r, because basically we're going to take the whole square of this statement. So a is equal to 2q plus r. Now the possible values of r will be 0 or 1. So we have only 2 cases. Okay, so case 1 is remainder is 0. So a square is equal to 2q plus 0 whole square, which becomes 2q whole square is equal to 4q whole square. Now q square we can represent it as some integer m, so it becomes 4m. Now case 2, when r is 1, so a square becomes 2q plus 1 whole square. Now remember the formula, we can take, let me take it as x plus y whole square, otherwise you will get confused between a and b. So x plus y whole square is x square plus 2xy plus y square. So we use that formula and we get 2q whole square plus 2 into q into 1 plus 1, which comes to 4q square plus 4q plus 1. So we group 4q square plus 4q and we take plus 1 as separately. Now 4q square plus 4q, we can take out 4 common. So we get 4 multiplied with q square plus q bracket closed plus 1, and we take, or we use another variable m to represent q square plus q, and it becomes 4m plus 1. Hence we see in both the cases we have represented it in the form of 4m or 4m plus 1. So the square of any positive integer is either of the form 4m or 4m plus 1 for some integer m. Now we are taking it a step further, that the square of any positive odd integer is of the form 8m plus 1 for some integer m. Now we are going to talk about only odd integers. Now again, if you see, 8 is not a perfect square. In the previous case, when we had 4m or 4m plus 1, we had taken the under root of 4 that was coming to 2. But in this case, we cannot take 2 because 2 squares is 4, which is less than the value of b in our case, and b is 8. So we take the number as 4 because the whole square of 4 is 16, and 16 is 8 divides 16. So 8 is a factor of 16, so we can take 4. So our statement becomes a is equal to 4q plus r. So now the value of r will be 0, 1, 2 or 3. Now out of this, if we take 0 and 2, the number will become a positive number, even number. Yes, it becomes positive even number. So we need, the question says any positive odd integer. Had the question said that any positive even integer, then we would have taken the values as 0 and 2 because 4 is an even number. But since it is a positive odd integer, we will be taking the numbers as possible values, the remainder as 1 and 3, or 1 or 3, and only 2 cases we will be checking here. So the first case is a is equal to 4q plus 1, and we take the whole square of both the sides, and we get a square is equal to 16q square plus 8q plus 1. And if we group 16q square plus 8q and take out 8q common, we get 8q into 2q plus 1 plus 1. And we take the variable m to represent q into 2q plus 1, and we get it as 8m plus 1. Now the case 2, we will test for possible value of remainder is 3. So a is equal to 4q plus 3. Now a square becomes 4q plus 3 whole square, and we get 16q square plus 24q plus 9. Now 9, we can write the digit 9 as 8 plus 1. So that's what we have done, 6q square plus 24q plus 8 plus 1. Now a square becomes, when we take 8 common, 2q square plus 3q plus 1. We take them together and we leave plus 1 separately. So it becomes 8m plus 1, and the variable m has the value 2q square plus 3q plus 1, where m is any positive integer. So the square of any positive odd integer is of the form 8m plus 1 for some integer m. Had it been even integer, we would have got a separate answer, a different answer. I hope the concept of division lemma, how we use it to prove other statements, is clear to you. Let's a quick recap of this. So we identify the dividend, divisor, quotient and remainder, and then we see how it can be represented, whatever form it can be represented. And even number into any number is equal to even number into any number plus odd number is odd number. We need to remember this concept before we go ahead. Euclid division algorithm is the same, but as I said, and you are already aware of it, that algorithm is used to find the HCF of two numbers. Okay, now a is equal to bq plus r. I've taken an example. 13 is equal to 2 into 6, that is 12 plus 1. We can represent 13 as 12 plus 1. So we have written the factors of 12, that is 2 into 6. Okay, we are not taking 4 into 3, we are taking the smallest number, 2 into 6 plus 1. Okay, so a is equal to 13, b is 2, q is 6, and remainder is 1. Now we keep doing the long division until and unless we get the remainder 0. So that is basically the concept. We first identify the larger of the two numbers or the greater of the two numbers between a and b. So, and then we use the lemma. Again, the statement for the lemma, that is A is equal to PQ plus R. So the larger number we keep it to the on the left hand side of the statement, and the smaller number we divide it with the smaller number, and we get some remainder and some quotient, and we start solving it with that. Until and unless the remainder does not become 0, we keep our division on. We can use the rough column to divide. As soon as the remainder becomes 0, the value of B, whatever you are getting B, becomes the HCF. That means the divisor is the HCF as soon as the remainder becomes 0. Using Euclid division algorithm, we've taken two numbers, 12,576 and 4,052, to find the HCF of two numbers. So 12,576 is greater than 4,052. So 12,576 is equal to 4,052 multiplied by 3 plus 420. So when we do the long division in the rough column, we'll see that when we divide 4,052, when we divide 12,576 by 4,052, we get the remainder as 420, and we have to multiply it with 3. So we get the quotient as 3. Still, our remainder is not 0, so we'll keep on doing the process until and unless we get the remainder as 0, and finally the remainder comes out as 0 as 24 is equal to 4 into 6 plus 0. Now here, if you see in the previous step, it is come down to the second last step. 124 is equal to 24 into 5 plus 4. So 4, every time we are taking the remainder to we're making the remainder as B and multiplying it with the quotient, okay, and then we apply the division lemma. So 24 is equal to 4 into 6 plus 0. So the HCF of 12,576 and 4,052 is 4. I hope you enjoyed the class, and we know that we are facing a very tough time, but we can utilize it to our best. So when it rains, look for the rainbows, and when it's dark, look for the stars. So look for the stars. I know it is a tough time, and I hope you've understood the concept and it is clear to you now. Thank you. Have a great day. Enjoy yourselves, and hope you enjoyed the lesson. Goodbye.